So the next question we have today is from Hunting Flu, and the question is Trasero 800 versus Trocero 1000. You could also address which stone would be better in combination with the Trocero 3000, and which one is better for both sharpening and polishing. Best stone for someone who can only buy one quality stone. Okay. So basically, this question is essentially the Trasero 800, 1000, and 3000. Okay, I love these questions. Okay, so for those who don't want to sit around and listen to the explanation, I would say if you have to buy one stone between these three stones here, the Trasero 3000 hands down would be my pick. It is the only stone, the only 3000 grit stone that I have used up to date that can polish and sharpen at the same time, and is slow wearing and is also fast cutting. So it really is one of the best stones I have used. It still is my favorite stone up to date of all the stones that I've used. Now I do have the new Debato series by Trasero. I haven't tested all of them yet, so I really can't give you guys a hard recommendation of those stones. But in terms of the Trasero 3000, definitely my favorite stone of all time. Now the Trasero 1800 is another comparison. So now let's take the 3000 out of the equation and look at the 1800. The 800 to me is a better cutting stone than the 1000. It's a bit more responsive, it's a bit faster cutting, and it's a bit more lively compared to the 1000. The 1000 grit stone feels a little bit more muted than the 800. It may be more like 300 to 400 grit better than the 800 grit stone, but to me, the polish is not something I'm worried about at the sharpening level, because if I want a higher polish, I can just go to a higher grit stone after I'm done with my sharpening. For me, polish is really not important on the 1000 grit or sub 1000 grit level. To me, the most important thing with 800 grit stones or sharpening stones, this is what this category is feedback and responsiveness. Speed is also up there as well, but speed is not as important. The 800 grit stone definitely has a better response than the 1000. And hand feel, tactile feedback, the 1000 feels a little bit more smoother, a little bit more luxurious as you're sharpening. So if that's important to you, then the 1000 is also something that you can look at. But again, to me, it's all about responsiveness, and the 800 grit stone is definitely that stone. And the last part of the question is, which stone would be better to complement the 3000? Hands down, the 800. My personal combination that I use pretty much whenever I need to sharpen my own knives is the 800 and the 3000 Trocero. I do have the 1000 here. I don't really use it very often. I do use it in comparisons and sharpening videos and some tutorials, but for my personal knives, I go with the 800 and the 3000. Hunter Flu, thank you for your question. Okay, so the next question here is from Don't Type In This. Great series. I'm hunting for a 5000 grit stone. Would you see the 5000? Would like to see the 5000 Trocero and the Chapman Pro 5000. I will have a video of these two stones soon. I have a lot of videos in the works, but let me do a really quick explanation of these two stones. See, the Trocero 5000 to me was a stone that I was hoping would really set the bar for a 5000 grit stone. Mainly because I love the Trocero 3000 grit stone. That's my favorite stone, hands down. The Trocero 5000 feels a little bit soft, and sometimes it can feel a little bit sticky when you're just starting to sharpen on it. After a few minutes, that stickiness really goes away. I think it's just kind of water kind of embedding itself into the very micro layers of the top surface and loosening up the particulates, but the stickiness is really not a major problem. To me, the biggest problem with the Trocero 5000 is that it just feels a little bit soft and it's not as lively as I would like it. It's a completely different stone than the Trocero 3000. The polish of the Trasero 5000 is actually decent. It's actually very much a mirror polish. And so when you go from the 3000 Trasero to the 5000, there's a lot more polishing agents. And so because of that, the stone feels very much deadened relative to the 3000. By itself, the Trasero 5000 is a very good stone, but because of my access to so many different stones, I am able to compare the stone a little bit better. So that's what, to me, the Trocero 5000 is not the best stone out there. It's still a very good stone, but just not the best stone. And also considering the price, it's a little bit high for what you are getting, in my personal opinion. So comparing that to the Chapman Pro, I will say that the polish that you get on the Chapman Pro is very, very darn close to the Trasero 5000, if not identical. Ironically, the hand feel, tactile feedback of the Chapman Pro is very similar to the Trasero 5000. That's kind of odd to me, but they do feel very similar. They do offer a very similar polishing finish. The Chapman Pro is it's very thin. I think it's only like maybe 15 millimeters in terms of overall thickness, so very thin. The Trocero definitely is a thicker stone. Between the two, if you had to choose and you really just wanted a stone that can give you the result of a 5,000 grit stone, the Chapman Pro is the better deal. Trocero, if you want the Trocero, it's fine if you want to match all your stones. If you already have the Trocero 800, 1000, 5000, or 3000, then yeah, you can throw in the 5000 there. But in terms of price to performance ratio, the Chapman Pro in this case is actually a better stone. That's not something I say very often when it comes to Chapman Pro versus Trocero, but in this case, the Chapman Pro 5000 is actually a better stone, dollar per dollar. All right, so the next question we have here is from J Junior Johnson. Okay, so thanks for the question. I love your presentations. I have noticed that you've used the medium rust eraser with the 400, I'm guessing the 400 grit stones. And when would you use the fine rust eraser? Okay, so this is actually, I think, a question referring to how to clean your whetstones. And in my testing, the medium rust eraser by Sabitaru can be used on up to 10,000 grit stones. I have not used the rust eraser on stones higher. I'm guessing it can probably work, but I will do that at some point to actually show you guys. But in terms of a rust eraser cleaning a whetstone, the medium, which is also the one with a white writing, can actually be used on stones from 120 grit all the way up to 10,000 grit that I have tested. The fine rust eraser I use to actually remove medium scratches, harsh scratches from knives. So when I have a knife that has a lot of scratches and I'm restoring it, I actually will throw on the medium grit eraser to remove any sort of the hard rust or patinas that are on it, and then the fine rust eraser will be used to remove scratches from the medium rust eraser and whatever other scratches that are on the knife. So as a really quick recap, a medium grit rust eraser is used to remove load up from stones and to clean scratches off my knives and rust. The fine rust eraser is used to remove scratches after the medium eraser has been used on that knife. All right, so the question here is from Adolfo Huet. Is it Huet or Hui? If it's, yeah, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. So the question is, good video, or the comments, good video. It would be nice to see a video where you show how to remove patina. I do. I have a very old video that was shot a year and a half ago when I first started my channel. It's on the Perfection channel, so I will post a link to it either here or in the description below. Basically, there are many ways you can use sandpaper if you want to, very high grit sandpaper that works really well. You can use steel wool. That's the cheapest way to go. The best solution that I have found in terms of cleanliness and ease of use are the Sabitaru rust erasers. I use them for pretty much everything, from cleaning my stones. I clean all my whetstones from 120 grit all the way up to 10,000 grit with the medium grit stone. And the fine stone, the one with the red writing, I use to remove patinas and rust from my knives. So I will post a link to it. It's in the video description. I use them all the time. They're really great. And each of those rust erasers costs like $7 or $8 shipped. So you can't beat them. Definitely one of the best accessories you can pick up for under $10. In every one of my videos, I leave a link in the description to my actual kit list and to items that I talk about in the videos. So if you guys want to see what my best picks for knives, whetstones, and sharpening accessories are, just go to the bottom of the description. You guys will see a link that says kit list. Even all of the items that actually make up my sharpening station are in that list, so it makes it really easy for me to reference people to certain things that I've used. And also, please do me a quick favor, let me know what you think of this format of me taking 2 to 3 questions every single day and just giving guys really quick answers to them. If you guys like this format, please give the video a thumbs up. It would really encourage me to make more videos like this. So the easiest way for me to actually see your questions, if you guys want to have your questions answered by me on video, is by going to the comments, leave a question in the comments section, but also leave the word question either at the beginning or at the end of the comment. And whenever I'm making these videos where I go through and look for questions, I actually just go through and do a keyword search in the comments. I type in the word question, and every comment where the word question will come up. So hopefully that makes sense. Just leave the word question either at the beginning or at the end of your comment if you want me to answer your question in video. Okay? Yeah, if you guys want to see some behind the scenes stuff and some of the previews of products and videos that are coming out, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. All of the links to my social media and my kit list are in the video description. Alright? Well, thank you guys for being here. I'll catch you in the next one.